Hey moms, TT here with another channel message. This message is for all my mothers that have been desiring love. You've been desiring to feel seen, valued, respected, okay, without having to compromise your standards, okay? So if you resonate with that message, this reading may resonate with you as well. If you are new, welcome to our safe space for moms by a mom. And if you're returning, welcome back, you guys. So we're going to see what exact message the spirit want me to interpret for you today. All right, quick story. So I was at the grocery store today, and I went with my kids, and we went, we were shopping and things like that. And when I left, they asked me for the receipt at the door, right? And I don't know if any of you guys ever went to like Walmart and stuff like that. So they asked for the receipt and things like that. I learned like maybe a couple months ago for the first time ever that it's not a law, it's not a requirement, unless you're going to a place like Sam's Club, or places where it's a membership. They're really not supposed to require that you show them anything at the door. It's kind of like they're checking that you have everything, that you purchased everything in your cart, right? Which means that's kind of stereotyping, right? If you think about it, if someone needs to check that you actually paid for it, it's like they're holding a standard to every single person, regardless of your race, creed, color, regardless of your age, whatever, just making sure that they're not losing any of their goods, right? Any of their values. So it was an interesting concept because, I said to her, I was like, I'm gonna give you my receipt this time, but this is not really allowed, and at that point, the worker at the door, she didn't really want to take the receipt anymore, because apparently they know that, but unless you decline it, they still are requiring the staff members they're still requiring their staff, okay, or their employees to demand it or to ask for it. But if the customer declines, they have to just honor it. So it's kind of like a indirect way to manipulate a situation. And the reason why I feel guided to tell you this is because we're talking about standards, right? And the more that we know about our system, the more that we're informed about the truth, all right? Because these are some serious times. I was hearing that song by Egyptian. These are some serious times. All I can see, because we need to know these things, especially as parents. Like, my kids are young. I have 11-year-old, I have a 8-year-old, and my youngest, is my son, and he is 5, and he's about to start kindergarten. And the first thing he said to me is he didn't want to go to kindergarten. He's been homeschooled all his life. Is because he was afraid to be bullied. Now, I have never he's never been bullied before. It's not a conversation that I've had to have with him, but it just was something that he just intuitively felt like, wait a minute, I should be careful. So, I mean, his instincts as a child, children are very instinctual. This is him saying that in the environment outside of his home, he didn't feel safe. And like I said, I've never planted that seed of fear in my children. When we go out in public, they're with me, they're fine. But, I will say that I noticed that they were asking me more questions, like, what's that sound on your phone? And we're hearing Amber Alerts. We live in Texas, and it's really bad out here, you guys. I don't know if you guys know about that, but it's like all of these alerts and things that are coming on your phone. It's like multiple times of days, different children. So as a mom, that is concerning. It is something that, you want your children to go out there and feel safe. You know what I mean? But as parents, right, we want our children to be safe. We want to know that while we're working or while we're providing for them, that they're okay or they're in safe hands, um, without worrying. You know what I'm saying? Without over worrying. We don't want to like over worry. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments, but I just thought I would share that because Spirit put it on me. Like, it came to my mind as soon as I sat down. Like, this is real life stuff. Things are happening in our world, and it starts with us. You know what I mean? It has always started with us at home, and then we, you know, we want not to shelter our children, or I don't want to shelter my children. I want them to be wonderful contributions to our civilization. So yeah, but yes, this is about love, and I feel like this has a lot to do with trust, right? The major choice when it comes to love is that you're choosing someone that will not only love you, but they will also have the same type of compassion and respect and partnership, and desire for your children as well. And it's really difficult because I feel like as mothers, um, this is a process that we have to constantly consider. You know what I'm saying? Can I trust you around my child? Okay, we live in a world, let's be clear, pedophiles are real. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing for nobody. It's a reality. No matter how much we want love, no matter how much we want a relationship, I get it. I do. And how do you know, when you're not lowering your standards to have somebody, and how do you know that your standards are just right? So I really feel like Spirit wants you to have love, okay? And there are wishes coming true, and your dreams are about to manifest. Whatever it is that you're desiring or manifesting in your life in regards to your relationships, partnerships, whether it's friends or family, all of that stuff is included. It's a lot darker in here than I want it to be, but I can't see. So yeah, that's kind of like what I feel like Spirit wants to talk about. All of these messages have a meaning, right? It's connected to the mother archetype. So let's see, Spirit, what's your message you have for my moms? Because I feel like this is about balance. Even though it's tough, it's still like you don't want to close your heart off. You don't want to become, cold or shut off to love. We got a message here. 7, a divine message. Clarity coming for you. This is interesting. Maybe some of you are over from my Taurus channel, because if y'all watch the Taurus message for today, it talked about cowrie shells, abundance, and messages, evil eye, so protection, right? I feel like many of you are going to feel called to pray over your children more, speak life into them, ask them how their day was. I just see families praying more. You're going to feel just naturally, instinctually called to, like, let's take a moment and let's arm ourselves, okay? Whether I'm also picking up some of you, Spirit is pretty much saying as well to see like what your children are watching on the internet, or who's, what conditions are being subliminally imprinted on our future generation. All right. And is it in alignment with your, does it reflect your history? And if it doesn't, how can you create that history, and put it out there, so when your children need it, they have something to refer to? No matter your race, creed, or color, all of us are unique and beautiful, and our ancestral line wants to be venerated through us. Okay, they want to be acknowledged. That's what Spirit is saying. How did the signs and synchronicities that you have? It's like Spirit is saying it like it's alive. That's how I feel. Spirit, what message do you have with this feather for my moms? So I just feel like some of you may get a lot of hate, or there's a lot of online bullying going on in the collective mom energy, and you may not be aware of it. So Spirit may make you aware very soon of different things that are being seen, watched, or influenced over your children. Look at that. Pages are children, right? Okay, so this could be a Libra as well. Um, this is interesting. My oldest daughter, I let her have Roblox, okay, because I can only pull from my personal experiences, my Akashic, and I see into others as well when Spirit shows it to me. But when Spirit uses me as the medium and they have me, they bring up my children in my own readings. This is a reflection of like something that happened today specifically. I went to her Roblox, right? And it may resonate for someone here. And her laptop was closed, right? Her laptop was closed, but I heard like this eerie sound coming from it. So I opened the laptop. Curiosity really led me to investigate the situation. Um, when I investigated the situation, there's a Roblox room on Roblox, right? And I'm looking at the chat, right, as it's going up because it was still on the screen, and the chat is pretty much saying, it was saying weird stuff. They weren't saying anything really inappropriate. Like they were saying stuff like die and do this or do that. And pretty much when I asked her, I was like, what is this game about? I wanted her to tell me. I wanted her to tell me how she's processing the information coming to her, the visual information coming to her. And she said it's a game where you sit at a table and you have to answer certain questions, and if you don't answer them right or something like that, then they shoot you. There are real guns, okay? These artificial figures that look like Lego people are holding like guns, and you hear gunshots, and they're shooting each other. And yes, you can restart the game, right, and come right back to the game, but you have to start over from the beginning. Now let's talk about how that's impacting her or children in general, because this is a widespread thing, and Spirit's not bringing this up for no reason. But as children are naturally instinctual, right? They mimic what they see in the parents, and then they go out there and they do in the world. And if your child is mimicking what they see based off of the new source that they have in front of them to mirror, right? What are they going to do? In their mind, there are no consequences to shooting somebody or harming them because you can come right back. But in the real world, they don't come right back. So there's a lot of like, your ancestors, your spiritual team is like, hey, look at this, or hey, look at that. So I feel like especially now and moving forward, they're really trying to help moms be more aware. And I feel like there's a lot of responsibilities outside of, you don't want to deprive them of technology, right? But at the same time, it can become risky, okay? Because the Fool and the Page of Swords is really just, going out there aimlessly, no direction, no protection, just, I saw it. And can we really blame them? You know what I mean? Can we really blame them? Because somewhere at some point, we gave them access, right? We gave our children access. And like I said, my child is not the only one on these sites and different things like that. So, how I handled the situation, I had to take it away. And that's just for me personally. And create some more restrictions and protective mechanisms. Because like I said, when it comes to spirit and how our subconscious works, the easiest way to manipulate or implant anything is through visual. Okay, it's the easiest medium to audio and visual. Before words are even spoken, that's the imprint that the lens that we see through, right? It's the narrative that we consume. So I feel like this divine message here with this feather is like, pay attention to this. They're going to start showing you signs and synchronicities that, like, just, if you have like this random thought come to your mind, like, go walk in a room real random, what your kids ain't even expecting, and go see what they up to. Okay, go see what they're, ask them questions. How would they respond? What do they feel about work? How do they feel about school? What's going on there? There's just a lot of things, especially when you know that you work all day long. They're asking you, collective, to spend more time inquiring about your offspring, about your children. They are your abundance, right? They're a mirror reflection of you in the world. So there is something that you need to know about for those of you that have children that have access to the internet. There is some type of initiative that's being projected, okay? And the best way that they could project this narrative is to get to them first before you can, before they're even willing to listen to you, before they're even willing to hear your perspective, right? They're already like laughing at things like tradition. They're laughing online, like making jokes and memes and TikToks about how funny it is to be spiritual, right? So there is a narrative, and it's bigger than us. Okay, and it's real. Look at that, the devil and the Three of Swords. It's intended to hurt mothers. Okay, because when you say to your child, let's go to church, or let's do this together, or let's read, especially if you're not in an actual faction, like maybe you don't go to church, maybe your spiritual beliefs are unorthodox, so they're really targeting especially mothers that don't have a traditional expected way of receiving, like, spiritual healing and guidance. And maybe you are getting into it yourself, and your vision is changing, or your thought process is changing. You believe in ancestors and angels, but they want your children to laugh at you. They want your children to say, oh, that's my crazy mother, right? So there's something going on with that division where they would go to the internet before asking you. It's like nowadays, like, your kids are gonna go to, like, well, you don't know, I'm gonna ask Google. You know what I'm saying? When back in the day, your ancestors are saying you used to go to your elders, you used to go to a living person that's actually had some experience in these areas through their life lessons. But that's been taken away through technology, and remote viewing is the new initiative. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's what Spirit wants you to know with this Temperance card and the Devil. Do you have your children's thoughts? And if you don't, everything that's created on this dimension starts with a thought. And if their thoughts are negative, or their thoughts are toxic, and all they can see is the bad, the first thing they're going to go out there and do is put their emotions in doing the bad things to other people, and then the cycle repeats itself. So there's a real disconnect when it comes to that. And like, Spirit is saying, listen, this is a real thing. Okay, this is how hurt people. Taking a risk or a gamble, if you watch all day long on a video game or online someone jumping off a bridge, it looks easy, it looks fun. I could come right back. And some of them are literally online harming themselves. Never give up, looking for motivation, but it's not coming from within the home, wanting to give up on their journey before it even began. So it's almost like they're hurting you by your children exploiting themselves, exploiting your children's curiosity. So I'm seeing like prayer. Yeah, Six of Swords. Pray for your children. Like, it's really time. Because I feel like with this 6-6 here, you can intercede on this. Okay, you can ask spirit to help. You can create these traditions. They're telling you, even if you don't have an actual location, you can create these traditions in your home. You can establish these temples in your home, these sacred times where you have both, the best of both worlds with this strength card. Yeah, we can have technology. Yes, we can also have balance where we have moments of solitude and we meditate or we pray or we do different things, but you get to create it. So they want you to know the power that you have, especially if you're a single mom. All right, because I feel like wow, for some of you, spirit, like for majority of my single moms, spirit is bringing someone into your life deliberately for you guys to commit to one another, and it's to help shift this narrative. I immediately start thinking about Avatar. You know how in Avatar there was that initiative where they wanted to like tear down Awa, and they wanted to like cultivate the resources and the abundance off their land. Where on this dimension, on this earth, our abundance is our children. All right, it's the life cycle that continues as parts of ourselves. It continue to exist, essentially immortality. But it's not like we have to stay in our own physical body. We honor that transition that happens with our children, right? So in the movie Avatar, oh, this is deep. They all, prayed together and things like that. They were a community, a congregation. But when Awa was taken away, all right, so when your ancestors were taken away, or when that connection that you once had with spirit was taken away, they all scattered, right? And someone was sent. All right, someone was chosen. And here's the crazy part: whoever is being chosen for you singles as your counterpart, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, okay, they have some type of devil that they've conquered. Okay, when I say that, I mean they have a past. All right, for some of you, they're gonna have a past, or like they know what the initiative is, or they have some type of understanding of what's going on in this in the reality or the real world. So like spirit is preparing you single moms for you to be in a connection with someone that it's like you guys are protected as one. All right, because if you remember in the movie, I think it was, I don't remember her name, but like the two main characters, he came from a world that was technically her enemy, right? So y'all may be two worlds apart, maybe two different belief systems, right? One may be Christian, one may be atheist, or maybe one is Hindu and one is something else, or black and white. You know how that type of, you get to see both sides, duality, right? From the perspective of both worlds coming together. And now you have this viewpoint and their viewpoint, and together there's nothing that can't be seen. All right, because you're stronger now together. But this is blending two worlds together. Wow, that's deep. So it's like technically that higher power, Awa, right, in Avatar, what did she do? What did Awa do? The universe do? To balance out the scales, because they were kind of like outnumbered, or they were being eradicated. Like the scales were not balanced. What Awa did was balance the scales, brought in someone, right? Their physical body once was in the army. They once behaved one way, traditional. They fought for one side. And then through that source consciousness download, he took another body. All right, so for some of you, this person's going to have a past of like maybe they were in CIA, or maybe they were in some type of, religion or belief system or practice or faction, and their higher self is about to download into a body that mirrors you, that reflects you, your polar opposite. And through that duality, right, you guys fall in love. You build a relationship, right? You have a connection that can't be broken. It's a perfect union because it's two constant different people coming together. There's an intention behind this. There's a purpose behind this. Because the enemy is no longer physical. It's always been spiritual, but now that spiritual vessel, that spiritual entity has a vessel, and it's in the form of technology. It's in the form of, you know, the way the world is shifting. So spirit is preparing mothers to be in union with someone. This may have even been like a non-committal person at one point, and this person now understands the importance of family, right? Maybe once upon a time they never said they wanted kids, so maybe you might wonder, like, does this person, and when I say polar opposites, maybe one of you have kids and some of you don't, and the other person doesn't. But through the experience with you, this person understands the value. Through the blending of family with you, this person understands where it stemmed from, because this person came from a world totally different. Hurt people. So initially, he made her mad. She felt betrayed, right? In the movie, she felt betrayed that she trusted him, to that he was, he understood what they were, that he was on their team or he was on her side. And the mother, I think it was her mother in the movie Avatar, she read his print. She knew he was destined for greatness, even though he hadn't become that person yet. So he had to learn from her. So spirit is guiding you towards someone that you will be committed to. You guys will be committed to each other. But this person is going to have to learn from you mothers. And some of you are about to become mothers, and you guys are going to have to learn and establish these traditions and work through them, through speaking and communicating effectively. You bring about prosperity. For some of you, this is a mirroring relationship. Y'all may mirror each other, and it may feel risky, like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to listen to my guidance. I'm going to listen to my higher self. And I'm going to get inspired, and I'm going to do the work, and I'm going to make the changes, not just spiritually, but physically as well. I'm seeing some of you making physical changes too. Having the strength to not fear what's ahead, but to prepare. Okay, because in that movie Avatar, if you guys remember, I believe it's almost like when you watch, by the time you get to the end of the movie, you realize that he was the only one that could ride the dragon. She was the only one that could connect the two different worlds. And through that transition, his perspective changed. He changed. Initially, he was only in it for his legs, a material thing. Initially, he was only in it for, could be material, could have been just sex. Initially, he was only in it just to have someone to talk to. But this person is more than what they look like. Y'all ancestors, all right? Your guides have said that this is your person, because you guys serve a higher purpose together, to intercede on whatever is happening that you cannot see. All right, this is something you cannot touch. Look at that, a blended family, happy. So whatever has been keeping the both of you trapped in your head, unable to decide, this person may be going through that right now, trying to decide between two people. Do I want to stay in that old connection, or do I want to follow my divine counterpart? Do I want to connect with someone that's a mother? All right, one of you is a mother. Some of you may be a single father, and the person that you want, maybe they're a single mother, a physical female, and you're a father, possibly, that you've been raising kids by yourself. doing it on your own. And now you need a helpmate to help you see the things that you can't see from the perspective of duality, from the perspective of your opposite. So you don't have to weather and carry the load by yourself and work and do this and carry all the responsibilities. So this transformation is extremely important right now. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. It's going to take work. It's going to take commitment. For those of you that, you feel that in your spirit, you feel that in your soul, but you may doubt it. Okay. You may doubt it because you went through a karmic relationship. You may doubt it because of the gossip and the naysayers. You may doubt it because of the things you've seen online and you're not sure. But Spirit is confirming right here for you. This is untampered with. Untampered information. There's only like 30 of you here, 30 subscribers. Look at that community. You're going to build a community. I'm seeing some of you literally like move and have like land, building a house together. Look at that. A wedding, proposal, family coming together. This is going to take teamwork. Y'all going to be so abundant together. Your ancestors is saying this will happen. Even if you doubt it. And it's not being delayed anymore, because time right now is important. It's on time. It's not late. Look at that. Spiritual transformation, new beginnings, letting go, endings, change, transition, sudden or unexpected upheaval, endings, release. Any other messages for my mothers? Get ready to date. Like I said, the scales are being balanced. The universe has been working behind the scenes to balance out the injustice. Okay, it's not right. This was not the universe's design. This was not AWA's design. All right, with 11 here, karmic justice. These are what's happening thus far is the consequences of legal issues, divorces, different things that has been plaguing humanity. Okay, but the truth, like I said in the beginning, these are some serious times. The truth is not being revealed. The truth is the evil eye is in your devices. It's in the air element. It's in the sky. What did Avatar say? They call them sky people. Didn't they say that shit? Sky people. Listen, them movies be telling the truth. Okay? Stand up. Hold your head up high. Okay? Embrace your feminine energy. Embrace the power of you as a woman. The cause and effect of these life lessons is about to go in a different direction. Someone's about to offer you an invitation. They're taking action. They're following their heart. Spirit has guided them towards you. They need to learn from you. You know your power. There's nothing to doubt or be insecure about. Okay, some of you, this may be a Scorpio, a Libra. We got Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius. It's going to be a mixing pot, a melting pot. Y'all are breaking generational traits, karma, things that was just supposed to be fated to you, and you're going towards your destiny. Okay, so doing a time, mothers, of doing it on your own, just making frivolous investments, just me, I. Spirit is saying, for those of you that resonate with this message, you're being guided towards someone of companionship. Okay, the time of being single is over. It's ending. So prepare yourselves. prepare your home and your children. So if you've been noticing that maybe you're getting more disciplined with your children, maybe you're not allowing them to get away with certain things, it's because the energy is shifting, and on some intuitive level your higher self is guiding you and letting you know that you're about to share a space with someone, you're about to share a life with someone, and it's a life full of purpose and commitment and balance. So now you have to learn how to no longer be so masculine, moms, and allow yourself to be more feminine. So that way you can trust another person to lead. And I get it. It will be hard. The hardest thing to do after a toxic relationship is have a healthy one. All right, moms? And listen, we may not have all the answers, okay? We may not have all the answers for the perfect rule book on mothering or how to be a mother. We have to use our instincts. It's the greatest blessing of all. To procreate, to become a god, a mother, maiden, crone, to go through these cycles. It's why there are few of us and more of them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of reasons. But through our shared experiences, we all can help create one. We all can help create a plethora of stories and experiences. And don't stop sharing. You have to continue sharing. And we can do that right here in the comments. Share your stories. When they come in, speak. Put it in that place. Put it in the comments. Leave your print for someone else a babe that may come after you, and maybe they're on the same journey and you have made it to the finish line, and you need to tell them, hey, it's hard at times, but this is your safe space. And even when this relationship comes and you're unsure, you doubt, you come back. And spirit will have a message for you. I promise you that. Because the tide is changing. Balance is being restored in the entire universe. It's bigger, okay? It's been coming after your children, it's been coming after your family. This evil eye, this sky people, okay? Man, this was deep. I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow, 11/11. Bye.